I pump you full of strength. Because we're on a team, and I know you got what it takes. You're a fucking star, and I know it. That's why I'm here. I'm your cheerleader, honey boy. You trust me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shia and me knew each other since 2011 when I directed my first film, Bombay Beach. From that first meeting, it was pretty clear that we have a story to tell together.
When she said it was a movie, then it became a movie. We were in a situation where she was like, oh, this is pretty good, and then I felt confident about it. But had that not transpired, I wouldn't have been able to feel confident in the words.
The only thing that's gonna live on is stories, fables, dreams.
No. What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for, huh?
When he was court-ordered to go to rehab, he was instructed by his therapist to go into that specific period in his life, which she thought had a lot to do with his PTSD diagnosis, and he wrote them down in the form of a script and sent it to me from rehab. When I got the script from Shia, it was very clear that he has an exceptional way of writing, and his voice was so crystallized and so clear, and the characters had such musicality, the language, the choice of words, the slang, the way they talk to each other.
That you are the sight gag.
Yeah.
Okay? You see all those workout faces? That's your opportunity. That's where you bring the funny shit, yeah? That's where you flare your nostrils and give me everything you got. Show me. Look.
That's not funny, though.
What's not funny?
The nostril.
I like it a lot. I think it's very funny.
Okay, fine.
Just try it.
I remember his shoulders. Like, I just remember the shoulders deeply, and like him he would giggle and put his tongue out, and I really wanted to get that. My dad was a great clown and a horrible actor. Yeah, like clowns and actors are such a different sport.
Totally.
My dad could never see the difference.
The thing that struck me about Shia's script from the start is that underneath everything that people say, there is actually a whole other conversation that you never hear. And that was really a big part of the script. The father and the son were talking all the time about being a rodeo clown or practicing scenes or anything that they would talk about that they need to do. But really almost under every line and every conversation, there was a whole other conversation about how much competition there is between them, how hurt the father is that he never actually did in his life what this child was already doing at the age of 12. And there was jealousy and there was manipulation, and there's a lot of things that are not being said but that are underneath almost every line.
How do you think it feels to have my son paying me? How do you think that feels?
You wouldn't be here if I didn't pay you.
He's one of the hardest working people I know. This process of healing and whatever he was going through, he was making it his work.
And action.
I remember when we brought Shia to the set for the first time to see the motel and to see how we recreated something from photos, from memories, from stories that he had. And he just walked into the room and, sat on the bed and looked around, and you could feel the weight that it had, that moment, and it was perfect.
Good take. You did it. Good job, everybody. Let's go.
There's a thing about Shia where he's constantly working through the scene as well while he's doing it, and so no scene was exactly the same. I think he took it in different ways as he was feeling it in the moment, and Noah was right next to him and kind of did the exact dance. It was really cool.
You have good instincts.
I have good instincts?
Yeah, you
I got
have
rodeo
good
clown
instincts.
instincts, so I could never make it in Hollywood.
You could if you started when I did.
Years after this has happened, he obviously had a lot more perspective on his father, and he found it a lot easier to write his father than to write Otis. So it was harder to bring Otis to life, and I think it was harder for him to have compassion, actually, for himself. But he identified much more with the father figure.
The only thing my father gave me that was of any value is pain. And you want to take that away?